The stock market is moving pretty crazy today. We're going to be talking about some stock news, what to look forward to in the current rate cuts, and everything included with the US stock market today, and what to look for tomorrow also while trading, and some decent plays to look at. So, with that being said, first off, I want to say Nvidia is down 5%. I think we gained like 10% yesterday, and then we're just kind of rebounding, but we're going to be looking at that a little bit later and talking more about that and some other things too. We got some chip stocks down. SPY's down 0.3% right now, and we're going to be talking about some news. So today, a lot of people are kind of waiting for the interest rate cuts. Right now, the bank is currently expected to maintain the current rates. Also, before, I think a lot of people talk about this one, but DeepSeek AI, we did recently have a big tech sell-off with that. But with that being said, analysts are saying that it is just a temporary correction rather than the onset of a bear market. So keep that in mind. SPY is still looking pretty strong. With that being said, losing almost $600 billion. We're kind of waiting on the interest rate decision. We also got Jerome speaking at 2:30. I think people are waiting to see how that really looks with DeepSeek AI and just more things that he's going to talk about overall with the market. So just understand at 2 p.m. and 2:30, the market's going to be moving a lot. With that being said, we do got earnings also after close. We got Tesla, Meta, Microsoft, and another one with T-Mobile. T-Mobile reported, but I think T-Mobile's up like 9% with some good subscription additions and stuff like that. So keep that on your mind. The T-Mobile shares jumped 9% as subscriber gains and an upbeat outlook. So T-Mobile is up. So keep that on your mind and on your radar. But with that being said, we are going to be looking at the interest rates and what can really happen with the market. So let's get the charts open, kind of explain a little bit more. Tesla, we got earnings. But right now, I think if we can get some decent earnings and the interest rates and the meetings go well, I think we can maybe retest that 400 level and maybe get some gaps up. With that being said, we need some good numbers and just the overall market to be looking strong with the meeting. So I will be looking at that 400 level, see how it works with the 400 and also the 390 right now. If we can break that 390 level, I'm going to be looking at it going up to 395. So I'm seeing how it tests that 400. If we can break that 400, probably see it up at that 410. And if we get great earnings, like great numbers, we can probably even see it test at 420 and maybe retest that 436 level. So keep that in your mind. But if we do go to the downward trend, I think we can meet some new higher lows and just a new low for the stock overall within the last couple of weeks. So we can probably see it break that 380 level, going down to 375, maybe bouncing off that 375 or even going down to that 370 level and testing that level and just see overall how that level will look. But Tesla does move pretty fast. That being said, we did recently kind of bounce back, breaking some of these gaps. But with that being said, with Nvidia, we did almost hit that 130, but we kind of bounced off that 130 recently, and we're bouncing downwards. We are kind of making some lower highs, but I think with that being said, we might be able to make another lower high, maybe another lower high, but I'm hoping that we fill this gap upwards if we do look good with the interest rates and stuff like that. Not interest rates, but the meeting overall with the DeepSeek AI. DeepSeek AI is kind of eating up Nvidia right now, but with that being said, I'm hoping on getting some good news and then we're bouncing back upwards, filling this gap, maybe even making another higher high. With that being said, so just keep that on your mind. I think we can break. We're looking at that 125 level and definitely that 130 level. If we can bounce past that 130 level, we can make another higher high and probably go back up to the upside, filling these gaps. With that being said, to the downside, I will look how it reacts with that 118 level to that 117 again, because we kind of bounced off of it like 3 times. So 117, and then if we do get bad news and DeepSeek AI is just taking over or something just horrible, you can see it break below that 117, 115, and then 110. And honestly, I don't think we can go lower than 110, but if we do, we can see just some dollar numbers. So 109, 108, and then 105, and then that 100 level. Break below that 100 level, I think I'm gonna recommend loading up, especially like we've seen, I think 90 around October-ish time when we had that big sell off. But with that being said, I don't think we can go down that far. Maybe we can fill some gaps upwards. But with that being said, we do got AMD. We got some good news with AMD. AMD is coming back up, but I think just overall how the meeting is going and just how tech stocks is looking and chip stocks overall, hopefully we can see AMD filling some of these gaps and going back up to that 120 level. And then past that 120 level, I will be looking at it 125 and then going up maybe 130, just depending on how it really moves. But that news kind of moved it up a little bit more and it's kind of just moving pretty strong. Pretty strong, but I think everybody's still waiting on the meeting to happen. So just keep that on your mind. but I think AMD we can make some higher highs and just keep going up. So keep AMD on your radar. But with that being said, if we don't get no good news, we can see it go down again, and I'll be looking at that 116 level, 115, and retesting that 114 level to that 113 level. So keep that on your mind. Next up, we got Apple. Apple is moving pretty strong after all the bad news we've been getting with it. But with that being said, I think if we can look good with earnings on Thursday, we could probably see it fill up some more gaps. I think we can get up to that 240 level. We did bounce off of it earlier, but I think 240, breaking that 240, 245, and maybe hitting that 250 level. But that's going to be upcoming in the next couple of weeks, honestly. I don't think we can get it instantly, but I think we can get 240 instantly and then probably go to like that 245 and probably see it still go up some more. That being said, to the downside, once again, I'll look at 230. 230 is going to be key. And then going down maybe with 225 and maybe testing the lows of 219 to 218. So keep that on your mind. The SPY is looking pretty decent. We are kind of filling some gaps from that tech sell off, but we do have a decent sell off. I think SPY mainly we're going to look at earnings and the decision in the meeting overall, because we got Meta, Tesla, Microsoft. We got some key stocks and Apple. So depending on how all that moves, we can probably test some highs again to that 610 level and probably even break past it. Maybe see 615 on this if we do get some decent news. If we don't, we can look at it going back to the downside, because right now in the 4 hour time frame we are pretty bearish, but it's not looking too bad right now because we can probably go down and then bounce up and then see it make some higher highs once again. But with that being said, to the downside, I think I'm gonna look at 600. 600 is a key level, 598, and then the 595 level, and then going down probably that 590 level to see how it reacts if we do see bad news. So keep that on your mind and on your radar. Next one we're going to talk about is Microsoft. Microsoft has been looking pretty decent. We did have a big sell off, but then a buyback, and then the tech sell off. But then the way it just filled the gaps back upwards, we're looking pretty strong on this, and I think a lot of people are anticipating earnings and the meeting also. As you guys can see, 3 red candles once again. But with that being said, I think we can maybe see a little sell off and then peak upwards at earnings. We might see the stock hit 450 and then maybe that 460 level after earnings if we get some good numbers. If we don't, go back to the downside. I'll be looking at that 435 level, going down to that 430 level, and maybe even breaking below that even more. With that being said, we might just see a decent sell off and then just a decent bounce, a buyback, just how it looked with the recent sell off. So keep that on your mind also. And then Meta is also pretty strong. Not even gonna lie, we've been pretty bullish recently, and we got some good news with Meta. So with that being said, I think we can go to the upside, 680, 690, maybe breaking that 700 level or bouncing off that 700 level. But if we can break that 700 level, we can see it break some new highs also. But that being said, if we do go to the downside, we might see 670 and then 660 and then another key level 655. So this stock can move a lot. So keep this on your mind too. But I think I'm more bullish on the stock overall, just how strong it looks. So let's just see how it reacts, But the way it reacted after that sell off, we're looking pretty strong on this stock. I'm not even gonna lie. Bitcoin overall, Bitcoin has been kind of fluctuating. We have been above that 100K level. We did break below it a couple days ago, but with that being said, I think we're kind of just waiting on more better news for crypto overall. And once we get better news, you can probably see Bitcoin up even more. With that being said, with Bitcoin, I always look at MSTR because it moves decently with Bitcoin, but not really. They just have a big holding in Bitcoin, and that's mainly where they really get it. Keep that on your mind that earnings is coming up. So keep that on your mind. But with that being said, we have been looking pretty green today, but we have bounced off that green. So go on the 15-minute time frame, kind of show you guys. We've been kind of just bouncing up and down because Bitcoin kind of did the same thing. With that being said, I will look at this stock trying to break some better or go to the upside a little bit more because Bitcoin has been maintaining its levels. I think we just need a big move with Bitcoin for this to move big, but I think we can see it hit test the 340 once again because it bounced off that 340, going up to 350, 360, maybe even going back up to that 370 level. I don't know about 380 yet. 380, we might need like 110 from Bitcoin now, so keep that on your mind. But that's some of the stocks I'm looking at. Just be careful trading. It's gonna be high, like really, it's gonna move a lot today. And hope you guys make a decent amount of money. Thanks for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace out.